Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Another day, another video. I just ate, low key. My stomach kind of hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Well, yeah, welcome back. I was going through this episode yesterday on channel series, but I think the goal is for today to finish this video here and then take a look at the creating tests here. That's kind of the goal. Maybe I might do this one in my own time later today. It just kind of depends how I feel. But we are making progress. So we're going to continue. We're going to be learning about making tests. Already started the video a little bit, but we're going to take a look at the problem of the day. So we're given a binary array num 0 index. We define xi as a number whose binary representation is a subarray num 0 to I from most significant bit to least significant bit. We define xi as a number whose binary representation in the subarray num 0 to I from the most significant bit to the least significant bit. Okay. For example, if nums 1 0 1, then x0 1, x1 2, x2 5. Okay, I think I understand what that makes sense. Okay. Return an array of a Boolean's answer where answer I is true if xi is divisible by 5. Okay. Interesting. I do think this is a straightforward problem if you want to cheat your way through it. This is obviously a bit manipulation problem. That's definitely one of my areas where I struggle. I don't feel like I just don't have the foundation enough. I have a decent foundation, but I think it could be deeper. I think you could simply just kind of take the numbers that it has here and just, convert it from binary to, an integer value and just check if it's divisible by 5. But I believe there's probably some bit manipulation trick, right, that I'm kind of unaware of. If x is the first I digits of the array as a binary number, then 2x plus ai is the first I plus 1 digits. Hence, instead of building a giant number, just track the remainder mod 5. Okay. I have to kind of refresh myself on bit manipulation. Because I remember learning this a few months ago, but sometimes when you don't do it, it kind of goes out the window a little bit. But I don't know, I'm low-key abroad. What's up, dude? Dude, I love your name. I don't know, I'm low-key kind of bored. I was abroad for a second. What's up, bro? Good to meet you, dude. So joining the stream, I'm taking a look at this daily Leetcode problem to begin the stream. It's a bit manipulation problem, obviously. But I just don't really know the trick here, and I'm trying to just kind of refresh myself on some bit manipulation here. Carry the 1, 1, 1, carry the 1. Let's put some music on, bro. It'll all work out. Do you remember Niraj Kumar? Because this is my old account, by the way. Oh, yeah, I know Niraj. Yeah. You're in the thing all the time. Okay, bro. What's up, Niraj, dude? Good to see you. Appreciate you joining the stream again. Sorry, I just wasn't familiar with your username. But yeah, of course I remember you. Let me kind of pisses me off sometimes, bro, because I can only play like lo-fi on here or else YouTube kicks me off. So I play like actual music, you know, like some rap or something. Like I just get like YouTube just like copyrights me and shuts down my stream. So I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, this problem here, some bit manipulation problem most likely. There is some trick I am just not familiar with because bit manipulation is something that I am not the best at. I have a foundation, but I don't have like a goated foundation or anything. So I'm trying to kind of just get a little bit of a refresher of the basics here. Okay, so just trying to refresh myself on this. Carry 0, 1 plus 0. Let me just quickly do a little refresher here on binary numbers here. 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0. All right, let's add these together, right? So we have 1 here. 1 1 is 0. Carry the 1. 0 1 is it 1 here? Hang on. 1. No, it's not that. 1 0. Carry the 1. 2 0. Carry the 1. 0 1. I think that's what the answer is. Yeah. 1 0 0 0 1. Okay. I'm learning OpenGL now. I actually committed. Last time I learned basic stuff, but now I have a plan. My end goal is to make a full custom abstraction for OpenGL using object-oriented programming, so it's simpler to make project. I think that's a great idea, dude. That's dope. Dude, Ethan, dude, good to see you, bro. What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Dude, you might know this trick, Ethan, dude. I fucking am trying to do this bit manipulation problem of the day. I'm trying to figure out the trick how to do it. I know, like, you could do it a simple way, right? You can cheat, right? You have an array, you know, you make it into an integer. I mean, sorry, you make it into an, you know, convert it from binary or whatever, and, you know, just check if it's divisible by 5. But I'm sure there's some, like, trick here, like, where you can somehow keep track if it's, like, divisible by 5 in binary. But honestly, I'm not. Remember, NVIDIA drives can crash with unbounded for loops. If you use GSL, please never ever use unbounded loops. Always enroll them. Sounds good, bro. Yeah, I'm not that far yet, but we'll keep in mind. Sounds good, bro. Let's take a look in the comments. Said no. Oh, just use I functions. You're hosting from binary decimal easy. Okay, yeah, but that's cheating, bro. Instead of building giant number, just track the remainder mod 5. Building a giant number, just track the remainder mod 5. Track the remainder mod 5. Oh, dude, my fucking leg, bro. Only you update the number like num times 2. What you are, Medic? Bit manipulation's tough, bro. I do think C++ supports binary with header file though, but that teaches you nothing. Yeah, I have a, you know, I don't think I have anything amazing foundation, but I have a decent foundation and, you know, binary. But some of the tricks, man, like some of the stuff that Ethan knows how to do off the top of my head, I still struggle with. So I guess it just comes off the time. But you know, he obviously has a lot more experience than me. But trying to kind of learn this trick, trying to teach myself is the hard part. So. I'm not familiar with this trick in particular, but you don't need to compute the actual binary number which could overflow. Instead, only track the remainder when divided by 5. Which could overflow. Okay. Possible store normal value. So instead of storing the entire number, we stored. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go remainder is equal to remainder times 2 plus bit percent 5. Okay, so for int num in nums, we want to return a vector. What are we returning here? The input true, false, false. The input numbers in binary are 0. Okay, so we have to create like, oh shit. Vector of integers. I'm sorry, vector of boolean. Res. Let's make this a normal for loop. For I is 0. I is less than nums not size. I plus plus. Okay, so let's think about this. Int remainder is equal to oh fuck. Remainder times 2 plus bit mod 5. Hey bro, hope you're good. Yeah bro, I'm good. What's up, Nortex? So good to see you again, bro. Still in the daily problem, bro. Start off the stream. Trying to think about it though. So every number we go through, this is our formula here, right? We need to fix it up, obviously, but remainder times 2 plus bit mod 5. Let's think about this, like int remainder, right? Start off at 0. We then can add it, right? Remainder is equal to remainder times 2 plus bit, %5. The bit being nums I, right? And then what we do, res.pushback. I guess we're pushing back if it's 0, right? Remainder is equal to remainder. Bit shift left 1 plus bit remainder. This also equal math, but unrolled. Okay. I think this is 5 now. I think this is more simple to kind of think about for me, to be honest. But yeah. Res pushback. How do we do this? I guess if like what remainder. Can you do this in C++? I don't even know. Remainder equals 0. Is that possible? Is that? I don't know. I don't know if this is possible, bro. Is this possible? I guess we could also put this in an if statement here too, but that's interesting that it works. Okay, cool. Okay, so we take the remainder. We keep track of the remainder, right? We loop to each value. We grab the remainder. So the remainder times 2, right? Remainder times 2 plus nums I %5. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's see if this passes. Oh, forgot a colon. Typical me, bro. Right, so we're adding up the... adding it up in binary, right? Okay. I think this should work. Oh, I'm not returning. Whoops. Let's return res. I think this should pass. Perfect. Cool. I kind of want to try something different. Do one more problem. Take a look at one of these ones. Like, I think Alien Dictionary is one I haven't done. Alien Dictionary. No, it's locked. These are all distros, dude. I don't know if I want to do this. Prims, crucibles, topological sort. Nah, we'll leave it. Fuck it. Man, my back. I think we're just gonna jump into some OpenGL. Fuck it. Kind of continue from where I left off. Right. So I was doing a little bit of work yesterday. Let's see here. Yeah, this is what we want here. Let's get rid of this. Bro, I'm sweating Battlefield, bro. I got 81 hours, bro. Tough, bro. Okay. So, yeah, I believe this is kind of where we left off.
For red, 0.3 for green, 0.8 for blue, and we'll go with 1 for alpha. Okay, cool. So there's our clear color setup. Inside on render, I'm going to do my GL call GL clear color, which sets that clear color to clear color 0, 1, 2, and 3, as you might expect. Just like this. And then we'll call GL clear. with GL color buffer bit. No need for any kind of depth buffer stuff here. I will include GL/glue to get all the OpenGL stuff in. And in fact, maybe I can just include the renderer. Probably don't need to include that. Now, our source directory isn't actually in our include directory, so let's set that up.
Oh, dude.
Right click and then properties, roll edition like this, and everything will be fine. That's the kind of stuff that contains, I believe, our... Yeah, that includes glue, so we don't need to include glue, and also it should have the GL call macros. Okay, brilliant. So there we go. There's our clear color rendering. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't need to destroy anything, but the only thing we actually allocated here was just an array that is, again, on the stack, so we don't need to worry about destroying that manually. And everything else I think is fine. So let's collapse these. We don't need on update, and on IMGUI render, we'll set that up in a minute because I actually do want to, in fact, let's just set that up now. So if we go to, if we include IMGUI, just include IMGUI/IMGUI, then we can just do IMGUI color 4, or some color edit 4, or color picker 4. I don't know what the difference is. What is the difference? Color edit. It is probably what we want. Color edit 4, a clear color pointer. And there we go. That's all we need to do. Really, really simple stuff. And now we should be able to see our clear color and also edit it. So that's my test. You can see kind of what I mean by setting up a test framework. It's so easy to see kind of what happens in the initialization, the destruction, and then actually rendering it. It's really clean, keeps everything isolated and separate, and lets us test everything really easily the way that we actually want to. Okay, cool. So now if we go into application, there's all this stuff that I don't care about anymore. So what I'm actually going to do is just remove it. It is in version control, so I don't need to worry about, you know, losing any code and then not getting it back ever. If I want it
Mine's
back,
not in version control, so
get it back. So let's just go over here and remove all this code.
I want to see what he removed.
Or if I want it back, I can
everything in
always
a while.
get it back. So let's just go over here and remove all this code. I'm also going to go into here and I'll drag this comment out as well. And basically just remove everything. Okay, so we definitely want to keep like the IMGUI initialization, the render initialization, but everything else like this stuff can just go away. We'll keep blending on as well. And there we go. Okay, cool. So really, really simple now. I'll get rid of all these comments because it's pretty obvious what this stuff does anyway. And now let's set up our test. So as an easy example, just to test this out, I can include, first of all, let's just include our tests/test clear color. And if I go down here, I'm just going to make a
this was our application, dude. Hashtag include. Oh, test. Clearcolor.h.
clear color. And if I go down here, I'm just going to make a test clear color test. Oops, I'll put that in the test namespace like that. I could using the namespace, but I'm not going to at this point. We're going to render the actual test. So we'll do on update with a delta time of 0 for now because we don't have any of that set up. We'll do on render. And then once we actually start the IMGUI frame, we're going to do a test.on IMGUI render like that. Okay. Looks pretty good to me. Let's just hit F5 and see what happens. Okay, so check this out. We have that really nice blue color here. We've got our IMGUI stuff. I'm just going to resize this a little bit. You can see that's our clear color. That's what it's set to. I can adjust it just by doing this. I can also bring up a color picker and actually change it to any color I want. And as you can see here, it actually changes the color of the background because that's what our clear color is. Let's set up.
Okay, let's go back to this point. We just start by. Okay, so it starts here, right? We get rid of.
It is in version control, so I don't need to worry about, you know, losing any
all of
code
the translations.
And not getting it back ever. If I want it back, I can always get it back. So let's just go over here and remove.
Okay, so he removes everything inside the while first, which is all our. Just double check and take a look. This is our disco, right? For the color changes. And we have our draw calls that he gets rid of, right? Draw call 1, draw call 2. Here's a GUI code. And then call our renderer here. Okay, so I think we can get rid of all of this. This is the sliders, so we don't need this stuff. We can get rid of the draw calls, right? We can get rid of the disco. I think that's all fine. All right.
All of this code.
So yeah, it looks similar.
I'm also going to go into here and I'll drag this comment out.
So now what is he doing? He's getting rid of, we create the GUI context. These are our translations, right? So we can probably get rid of this too. I think. Right?
As well. And basically just remove everything. Okay, so we don't know, we definitely want to keep like the I'm GUI initially.
So I thought we would keep this, right? So let's get rid of this. Keep the GUI context.
Initialization, the render initialization, but everything else like this stuff can just go away. We'll keep blending on as well.
So everything from here to the blender. So this is all our VBOs, VAOs, projection matrices, view projection matrices, shaders, everything. So that's fine, right? And then the rest here is just our data here. All right, we can remove that. Probably remove these indices too, I would assume, yeah.
There we go. Okay, cool. So really, really simple now. I'll get rid of all these comments because it's pretty obvious what this stuff does anyway. And now let's set up our test. So as an easy example, just to test this out, I can include, first of all, let's just include our test/test clear color. And if I go down here, I'm just going to make a test clear color test. Whoops, I'll put that in the test name.
Yeah, we need our test namespace. Okay. Test clear color test.
Space like that. I could using the namespace, but I'm not going to at this point. We're going to render the actual test. So we'll do on update with a delta time of 0 for now because we don't have any of that set up.
Test on update, passing the delta time. Okay. On update, and then we would render, right?
We'll do on render, and then once we actually start the I'm GUI frame, we're going to do a test.on I'm GUI render.
Test dot. Color picker, clear color. So we render it, instantiate the object, this is our color, right? We render it, test clear color on I'm GUI render clear color, m_clear color. Cool, okay.
Like that, okay? Looks pretty good to me. Let's just hit F5 and see what happens. Okay, so check this out. We have that really nice blue color here. We've got our I'm GUI stuff.
Let's see if mine. I think mine's gonna crash or something. Okay, so there will build errors. What do we miss here? Syntax error. OpenGL. Not sure. Am I missing an include? I don't know. I'm not sure what the error is here. Let's pull this up. Let's ask Gemini. I don't know if it's something to do with my library or something that I'm using, or I'm using an older version, so I don't know if that plays an effect here. Kind of scared that it does a little bit, but maybe I didn't delete something. I don't know. Initialize glue, sets frame rate. Blending, renderer, GUI, test, clear. Let's grab this code here. Not code, but this build. Whoops. Yo, Ethan, are you in the stream, bro, or no? Hello?
Yo, what's up?
So I'm getting this error and I'm not sure how to debug it. I was curious, maybe your thoughts. I don't know.
Yeah, do you want to share your screen?
Yeah. So I'm looking in the output and I'm just not sure what most of this means. Like I'm seeing like the library I'm using. I'm assuming some error in the library I'm using, or...
Hang on. Let me make this full screen.
I just saw it as a Gemini, but... Missing colon before identify a GLM.
So
is there a col? Is that the issue? This colon?
No, I don't think so.
I
I mean, you could
colon
try
here.
it. That might.
Okay.
Nice.
That was my...
Yeah, so it was including the header and then the semicolon.
So how do you like I look at that originally and I'm like, bro, I have no idea how to debug this. Like, how do you like see that that's the error? Like, I just saw a colon and I just fucking scrolled up and like, you know.
Well, so you don't have the error log anymore, but you can see the header that it was talking about, or it was really talking about the glmin.cpp file, which I assume is like included by GLM. Yeah. Which is then implemented by that file.
Okay.
So there's either an issue with your include statement or there's an issue with your like library that you're using, right?
Okay.
Like your GLM might have been corrupted.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, bro. Thank you. I'm doing this.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Do you know what this is? Like, I'm learning about test frameworks. Do you know like kind of what this is? What Chono's talking about here? This is new to me, so I don't even know like.
Yeah, like, is he using Catch 2 or G-Test?
I don't know. We haven't... No, that's not familiar to me. I'm not sure. We're using... I don't know exactly yet. I mean, we're setting it up, so I don't know exactly what it is, but this is completely new to me. I assume we was talking about layers or something for a bit, and, you know, creating different tests or something. I don't know if that rings a bell, but I'm not sure. I have to keep going through it, but it's interesting. We literally just started setting it up, so I literally just included we just doing stuff with I'm GUI right now, so I don't know, but yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, bro. I'll talk to you later, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me know if you need any more help.
Okay, sounds good. See you, bro.
All right, peace.
All right. Let's take a look here.
I'm just going to resize this a little bit. You can see that's our clear color. That's what it's set to. I can adjust it just by doing this. I can also bring up a color picker and actually change it to any color I want. And as you can see here, it actually changes the color of the background because that's what our clear color is set to. So you can see how cool that is. Cool. So anyway, that's the basis of how I want to set up all this test framework stuff. Now, what I'm going to do next time in the next episode is actually set up a menu so that instead of opening a test straight away, which we could also have the ability of doing potentially via a command line argument or something. But in general, instead of opening just a clear color test or whatever straight away, I actually want to open a menu in which I can select from any number of tests. And then when I click on a test, it actually creates it and opens it. And then if I destroy, or if I go back from that menu, so we'll add like a little back button or a return button or something like that, and just an arrow. If we click that and we're in the clear color test, for example, it should destroy that, like completely delete that instance of that class and that object, and go back to our test menu where we can pick something else. So that's the plan. Now, what I want you guys to do
I missed that, bro. Fuck.
If we click that and we're in the clear color test, for example, it should destroy that, like completely delete that instance of that class and that object, and go back to our test menu where we can pick something else. So that's the plan. Now, what I want you guys to do for homework, here we go, just giving you guys a bit of a homework task, try and implement that yourselves. Go ahead and make a test menu, make more than just one test. So anyway, that's the basis of how I want to set up all this test framework stuff. Now, what I'm going to do next time in the next episode is actually set up a menu so that instead of opening a test straight away, which we could also have the ability of doing potentially via a command line argument or something. But in general, instead of opening just a clear color test or whatever straight away, I actually want to open a menu in which I can select from any number of tests. And then when I click on a test, it actually creates it and opens it. And then if I destroy, or if I go back from that menu, so we'll add like a little back button or a return button or something like that, and just an arrow. If we click that and we're in the clear color test, for example, it should destroy that, like completely delete that instance of that class and that object, and go back to our test menu where we can pick something else. So that's the plan. Now, what I want you guys to do for homework, here we go, just giving you guys a bit of a homework task, try and implement that yourselves. Go ahead and make a test menu, make more than just one test. I've just made a clear color test. What you should do is go back through all the episodes and see if you can make a test for like textures, or just a quad with a certain vertex color, which you can customize, or maybe a quad with a uniform that you can customize as well using IMGUI. Make all of these tests, add them to a test menu, and then share your solution in the comments below or on discord.com. So if you go to thechairman.com/discord, you can join my Discord server. There's an OpenGL. No, there's a graphics channel where you can talk about stuff like this and share your solutions there. Yeah, just have a go at doing that yourselves, and then I'll show you my solution next week or in whenever the next episode ends up coming out. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can hit that like button. You can help support the series by going to patreon.com/thechairman.
Take a look at the comment section first. I'm a little bit confused as to what exactly it is. What we have to do. Let's take a look here. Setting up a test framework. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze, dude. Load a model texture. Okay. Patient CPP. Should close window, render clear on update on render. Side. Test clear color. Test clear colors. Oh, virtual methods, right? So, I think we just gotta make another CPP file here, but instead of rendering the color here, we would render something else. But what I'm confused about is I feel like we'd make it in the same debug menu, right? So this is the clear color. Right, you can pick the color you want. Blue, pink, red, right? We would obviously just want something down here to like load the image or something. What did he want us to do? I have to look at it again.
Next episode is actually set up a menu so that instead of opening a test straight away, which we could also have the ability of doing potentially via a command line argument or something, but in general, instead of opening just a clear color test or whatever straight away, I actually want to open a menu in which I can select from any number of tests, and then when I click on a test, it actually creates it and opens it, and then if I destroy, or if I go back from that menu, so we'll add like...
Okay, so we're creating a menu with some buttons or something. It takes you to the clear color menu, takes you back.
A little back button or a return button or
Let me write this down.
something. I destroy or test or whatever potentially via, instead of opening a test straight away, which we could also have the ability of doing potentially via a command line argument or something. But in general, instead of opening just a clear color test or whatever straight away, I actually want to open a menu in which...
Okay, so 1, we want some sort of like debug menu. 2, clicks button, goes to test clear color, right?
which I can select from any number of tests, and then when I click on a test, it actually creates it and opens it. And then if I destroy, or if I go back from that menu, so we'll add like a little back button or a return button or something like that, and just an arrow. If we click that and we're in the clear color test, for example, it should destroy that, like completely delete that instance of that class and that object.
Something else. Something else. And back button that deletes instance test clear color or something else.
And go back to our test menu where we can pick something else. So that
test menu to pick something else.
That's the plan. Now, what I want you guys to do for homework, here we go, just giving you guys a bit of a homework task. Try and implement that yourselves. Go ahead and make a test menu, make more than just one test. I've just made a clear color test. What you should do is go back through all the episodes and see if you can make a test for like textures or just a quad with a certain vertex color, which you can customize.
Vertex color. Okay, alright. I have to write this down, bro, as I'm such a forgetful person, like, literally. Or something else.
Or maybe a quad with a uniform that you can customize as well using AMD. Make all of these tests, add them to a test menu, and then share your solution in the comments below or on discord.com. Sorry, if you go to theshareman.com/discord, you can join my Discord server.
Okay, so let's figure this out, right? So on our application here, we create a test here, right? We create a test clear color, right? Instead, what we want to do is we probably want to make like a let's add a new item. Let's create a test. Let's call it like debug menu. What should we call it? Test menu.cpp.h. Add test menu.cpp. Okay. I don't know if let's see here. Let's copy kind of what we have here. So we want to inherit from test, right? Let's think about how exactly we want to do this, right? On update, on render, on I'm GUI, render out. I don't think this would. Test menu. Whoops, not public. Oops, class test menu. I'm thinking Java, dude. Jeez. Let's take this here. Menu.h. Let's take this, right? This would be our constructor here. Test menu, right? And get rid of this virtual here. Test menu. Okay. What are we gonna need here? We're actually gonna have to figure out how to add some sort of like button to the screen in AMD. I'm not sure kind of how to do that, so I guess we gotta look that up. Alright, how to add a button to screen using AMD. GUI button, click me. So I'm GUI button. Okay. Let's click on H. So I'm trying to figure out how to think about this, right? Maybe I'm overthinking it a little bit, but We could add it from the menu here, from the main method, but I don't really want to do that. Will we just add a button, dude? Let's look at this documentation here. Okay. Let's do this, right? Let's have like some sort of like render function here, right? So we can have like render this. What do we want to probably like a void render, right? We can have what? We need to include this, so include test menu.h, right? Probably want to just get rid of all the main class code, and instead of what's in the main, we can put inside a test menu. Oh, no colon. I guess we need some brackets here. Yeah. So we have test menu. Alright, we have our constructor here. Does whatever it does, right? And then we have our test menu destructor. Alright. We have our test menu. Let's call it render for now, right? And then this code here. What is going on here? What is going on here, dude? Explicit type is missing. Int assumed. I'm so confused. What is this test menu? Yeah, oh shit, we're missing the return type. Whoops, that's what it is. Okay. My bad. So let's take a look at some of the code we got in application right now, right? So where's our GUI code here? Create the GUI context here. So we have this here. I assume this creates the window. Styles colors dark. Okay. And we have new frame code. And then we render here, right? GUI render. So I guess we're missing some of this here, so let me take a look at this. GUI. Need to application, dude. GUI begin. Creates a window called My First Tool with a menu bar. GUI begin. So I guess we can start off here with GUI. I guess we have to include it, right? So let's go to application. I don't know. I'm just going to include this one for now. Oh shit, not here. All right. Well, we probably want GUI.h. Yeah, I guess that'll do for now, right? Here. GUI begin. Debug menu, construct pointer. Some default parameters here, so let's just leave this here for now. Create the debug menu, right? What do we got in our application here? We got on update, on render. No, sorry, this is can be called on a class constructor. Okay, so maybe in our constructor here we can call this, right? Create the context. So I think we can get rid of this. I'm going to comment it out for now. I'm just not really 100% sure. So I think what we can do, this one looks like it's fine. We can move this into here. Right? And then when we render here, we can grab this. Test menu. When we render, we can, I guess now we have to include that, right? So let's grab this here. Window is undefined. Oh shit, do we have to? We use the window from GLFW window pointer. So we have to keep this window pointer here. I don't really know kind of what to do with that, but let's just kind of get rid of this, right? Okay, here we can, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this then. Right, we can just call the debug menu from here. Right. Shit. We have to include, right? Include test menu.h. Right. This needs a valid context, so we call this first test menu. Test menu debug. create the instance, right? And then we can call, so that should initialize our window, and then we can call it here. So debug dot render. Let's not call that here. Let's move over here. Let's comment all this out. Let's call test menu debug.render here. See if we get any issues. Oh, getting an error. Fuck. Test menu void. Already has a body. Test menu render void already has a body. Oh shit, wait, hang on. Oops. Whoops, bro. Okay, let's see if this works. Getting an issue here. G.font was null pointer. Fuck. Maybe we have to pass in. Oh, hello. F off YouTube. What's up, dude? Actually, I should probably turn on the light in here. Fuck. Hang on, I'm gonna turn on the light. Oh. Need a light on here, bro. Okay. So we call the renderer here. I'm not sure why this doesn't work. I don't know. Read access violation font was null pointer. Let's take that. I'm not sure kind of what is happening here, but let's leave a breakpoint. I guess we can go here. So that's where we get the thing. We get it there. Debug.render. Window drawers, font, text ID. Exceptions on read access violation. What can we render? What did I miss here, dude? What's called outside of the main rendering loop? I'm not sure kind of what's wrong here. I think I'm just calling this too early. Debug.render. Right, I'm just trying to render something simple. I need files to be loaded, but the file destination is missing. Correct call debug render before you call new frame. Okay, so I have to call this after new frame. Okay, so that's my issue. Debug.renderer needs to go here. Okay, but we're still getting an issue here. So that's interesting. Okay, let's just put this back in here. Wait, hang on. Test menu, CPP. So we need end. I'm GUI end. Oops. GUI end. No. Oh shit, I'm getting debug. No, still getting it. Still getting a null pointer error. Okay, let's just move this code here. Take this. Move this to CPP. Move this back over here. Oh, now we're still getting... Jeez, man, this is... Oh, bro. I have to look at this. So apparently we cannot use this in the constructor because we don't want the object to maintain the state of I'm GUI the lifetime of the object. So trying to figure out the best way to go about this. I think I'm just getting an issue with the way I'm rendering stuff, but I'm not. Oh my god, I'm calling this twice, bro. What the fuck? I didn't get rid of this. Okay. Perfect. Cool. Now it works. That's dope, dude. Let's go. I got the debug menu on the screen. So now I got to give it a size, right? How do... I'm not sure how to do that though. I'm pretty sure it's something to do in the... Set next window size. So we can grab this here. I'm GUI set next window size. Constant vec2 size. So we give it a I'm vec2 300. How big is our thing, dude? I don't even know how big our thing is. 640 by 480. It's probably too big. Let's do like 200 for 300 or something. Cool. Let's do like 250. Give it a little bigger. Holy shit. Now it's way too big. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, whoops. Give it way too big. Perfect. Okay, so we got a debug menu here, right? Cool. So inside of the debug menu, making baby steps. In the side of the debug menu, we want buttons, right? One that goes to test clear color, the other that can go to load a texture or a quad with certain vertex color or something else. Let's kind of go for like a little textures thing, and then we can kind of move from there. So we can do, we have our render here. We want to render the buttons, right? So what are these buttons gonna look like? Winners, bro. Let's go, dude. I want some buttons on the screen, right? And to do that, we need... What is the method called? Okay, so we probably want a button here, so I guess we can go how do we want to do this? Winners, yes sir, yes sir. Let's try and get a button on the screen, right? Let's just start with that. I'm GUI button. Test clear color. Constant vec size. I guess if you want to pass in a size, right? But we're gonna just do leave it at that. Let's see if that. Oh. Now we got an extra debug menu. Debug. So it did give us a button, but now we have two menus. I Don't know what the fuck happened there, but... Okay, so it automatically opens another debug menu. Oh shit, it's because I'm in the while loop here. Okay. Yeah, I'm in this while here, so it's constantly re-rendering. How can we fix that? Can we add a day? If I'm GUI button, do something. See what happens here now. Okay, nope. Trying to think here. Why is it rendering twice? So the while here. I'm GUI button test clear color. Maybe we can add an initialize that passes in the window, right? You know, maybe we can add like a void test menu initialize that passes in a GLFW pointer window. I'm gonna try this really quick. Location GLFW pointer window. GLFW pointer window. GLFW, we have to include that. What's the GLFW include? I'm just gonna take these two includes. Okay, we need to void initialize GLFW pointer window. Pointer window. Let's move these includes over here. I think that's a little better, right? Okay, what is going on here now? Yeah, what was happening there? I think Compiler was spazzing out for a second. Sorry. Visual Studio. Okay. So inside of our initialize method, we can put back what we had earlier, right? So I think we can move... create this here, take this, put this back over here, right? So we create the context. take this code here to destroy the context. Just leave this destroy context here. Initialize method will take this here. GUI.initialize. Oh, taking the window. We need to import this here though. How do you do it, man? You have the mentality of a warrior. I do. Appreciate it, dude. Take the window here. Appreciate it, Naran, bro. You got a mentality of a warrior too, bro. I'm just trying to get this fucking window to work, bro. Okay, Huts TV, I see progress. Let's go, dude. Just trying to get this fucking debug menu to work, bro. I'm literally... I think I've spent like 2 hours doing that. Probably like an hour on the debug menu already. So we have the begin here. I gotta figure out what else I'm missing here. Test menu. Begin frame. Void. Test menu. End frame. And we add this to over here. Void. What the fuck did I call it, bro? Begin frame. Begin. Oh my gosh, dude. Begin. Oh my god, dude. I cannot type, bro. Void begin frame. Void end frame. How do you keep being so positive? I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. I love the craft, bro. I'm not just saying this to flatter you or anything. I'm actually curious. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I just love the craft, bro. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, man. I just enjoy making baby steps, dude. It's kind of AIDS sometimes, but it's like, I don't know. Just love the craft, really. Okay, so we have a begin frame and an end frame here. So maybe we can abstract this part here. So maybe we can move this code in here. Move this code here. Get rid of that. Fuck. I don't know for sure. Actually, I'm gonna undo that, dude. I don't know. That's what I want to do. Let's take a look what we got here in application.cpp. So we have the debug menu. We create the object. We set the window, right? Type shit. We set the window. The fuck is our window? Here. So we abstracted that, right? So I think we can get rid of that. And we just call debug.initialize. Makes sense. Low key. The fuck is going on here? Pointer to a bound function may only be used to call a function. Shit. I think that's what we need, right? Huh? I'm so confused right now. We have to pass in the window, right? Window. Okay. Cool. Initialize the window, right? We come in here. We need to create the new frame, right? So I believe here, I'm GUI render. I believe here, we take this code here, move this into our begin frame. Then we can call debug.beginFrame. Got some Christmas music here, bro. Let's fucking skip this. Okay, we begin the frame, we render. And then this should go in our end frame, I think. Honestly, I don't really know, but I'm just kind of fucking hoping this works, but... end frame. Put this in here. Cool. I'm still not fully sure. I need to pull up the documentation again. I'm GUI. Fuck me, dude. Okay, so I think we can get rid of this now, and we can just go debug.endFrame. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's fucking go, dude. I got it to kind of. We still have this issue where the menu is appearing twice. And I fucking don't know why it's doing that. Well, I do. Right, because we're calling this render here in the while, I think. But I don't really know how to deal with that off the top of my head. Begin debug menu and debug menu. If I'm GUI button. Okay, so I think the reason why we're getting that. Wait, hang on, let me look at it again. Debug menu. So I'm not really too sure. Let's see here. Let's get rid of that button. I want one button here on the menu. But I don't know how to get that to work. Yeah, I don't really know. So let's put this back. Outside of the GUI begin end block. Oh, so anything you want must go in between the begin and end. Okay, I didn't know that. So this should work. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. We got a fucking button now. So let's get rid of that, right? So if we click on the button, we want to do something, right? What do we want to do? We want to create a new object, right? In that object, we want to create our test clear color, right? You have begin debug menu immediately followed by end. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, K Hearts. Yes. Yes. We're making progress. We're making progress. So now we want, when we click that button, we want this test clear color to begin, right? So how do we do that, right? We probably want to create an instance of it here, right? But I'm not really too sure how we're going to be able to do that. So let's take a look at test clear color, right? Some virtual methods here. We got our constructor here that creates a color, right? To default, what I think this is like blue or something. I think. A destructor that currently does nothing. We have our on update that does nothing. Our on renderer here that sets the color, right? And I think this allocates the current color that we're looking at. I'm good with color picker, clear color, clear color. So maybe we just create the object. What do we do in application here? We created the object. We set the on update here. Called on renderer. And then the on GUI renderer. Maybe we want to just do the same thing. I think that's probably a good place to start. Kind of just see what happens, right? So let's grab this here. I think we have to include this. Just tag include like test clear color.h, I think. Not 100% sure. Okay, so that worked. Let's call our on update, right? Pass in our float, right? Let's call our on renderer. And then test dot on GUI renderer. And let's just fucking see what happens, bro, because why not? We have no fucking idea what's gonna happen, but we will see. So let's kind of just see what happens, right? Okay. So something happened. It went fucking blue. We're getting somewhere. It's fucking blue now. So let's figure it out, right? We still have this debug menu. So really the goal that we want here is we want to turn this debug menu into the clear color panel. But I have no fucking idea how to do that, to be honest. Let's just expand this and see what we get. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I see it. See that shit, bro? It's there. Right? But we technically wanted to replace this, right? So I think what's happening... Oh, shit. I guess we're getting another issue. We're getting another read access violation? I don't know what just fucking happened there. Okay. So I think we're fine. Oh, we're getting another read access violation here. I don't think we're closing the... This function is merely here to free heap allocations. The font stylers can use... So I don't know if I'm... I guess that's something else we have to take a look at, but... What if we just call it? We close it. Okay, so we can't close it from here, and we're getting a... GUI shutdown. I don't know why that's happening. What is our destructor doing? What do we have in our destructor again? We just destroy the context. I just added this because I wasn't 100% sure. But I don't really know how to destroy the context properly. So, Let's search that up first. GUI is being destroyed twice or destroyed while the renderer is still using it. Okay, so I shouldn't have that inside of here. When your app shuts down, GFW destroys the OpenGL context, your test menu destructor runs. If your destructor tries to shut down GUI again or destroy the GL objects, GUI backend tries to access OpenGL functions. Okay, so let's just get rid of that. See what happens. Okay, so that was our issue here. So do not destroy here or it'll destroy twice. Let's leave a note here for myself because I am very forgetful. We have our renderer here, our application here. So now we have to figure out how we get this to save, right? Or in this case, we click this button and it uses this current renderer that we created, right? I'm not sure how to do that. If anyone does know, please let me know. I got no idea. Let's search it up. This is good though. I mean, we abstracted this. That's kind of what I wanted, right? Let's see here. See, all this architecture stuff is new to me, so coming from like a web dev background, I guess, but so we have our test, clear color test. Current test. So we just create it, right? We create our instance here, but really test menu must receive a pointer to current test. Test menu must receive a pointer. So we need a pointer that points to this here. Test menu stores a reference to the actual pointer. This means when test menu changes to m_current test, it actually changes the pointer inside application CPP. When a button is pressed, replace the current test. Ah, okay. We'll be back in a second. I'm going to take a quick break. I have to go to the bathroom, and I will be back. Alright, we back. Alright, let's take a look at this. So, test menu must hold a pointer to the current test. So, must receive a pointer. Test menu, public test. Test menu stores of reference to the actual pointer. Test pointer, current test, null pointer. Okay, so we have to try to somehow figure out a way that we can kind of hold a pointer here. So private public test, sorry, public test. So we have to include test, right? Let's include test.h. I think it's test. Sorry, test. Yeah. that's in the same namespace. Let's just put this, I guess we might as well wrap this in the same namespace, look even. Namespace, test. Alright, we can get rid of this. No, this should work. Yeah, okay. So in here, we need to hold a pointer to m underscore current test. Right, so we have a pointer here. And we use this pointer to replace the test when the button is pressed, right? That means we're gonna have to store. Use probably our constructor to store the pointer. Shit, what is going on here? I think, do I need test here now? Oh shit, how did I do it over here? Oh shit, I need a namespace here too. Whoops. This needs to be wrapped in the namespace too. Namespace. Scrabbles. Namespace test. I don't know why I'm getting a fucking error here, dude. Shit's pissing me off. Am I missing a bracket or something? Let's see if this compiles. Nope. Provides no initializer. The fuck are you talking about? Oh. So I think here we will need m underscore current test current test. I think that doesn't need that. Current test is undefined. Oh, passing current test here in the test pointer reference current test. Believe we need to change this. Test pointer reference current test. That fix it? Okay, that fixes it. Okay. Cool. Okay, so a pointer to current test. I need to reference the one that it's rendering, right? GUI renderer. Does that mean we need to hold a pointer here? I don't know. M_ current test. Passing our pointer reference. Test pointer reference current test. Store our current test here. So I think an app test menu is undefined. I think it's the namespace now, right? Test menu. The default constructor is this, right? So we need to pass in a parameter here. Pass in current test, right? And in this case here, we need to create a pointer here that we can change. So test pointer. Pointer current test is equal to null pointer. What is it like? Do we have to reference it like this? Test pointer. Okay. We have our test menu, debug. Current test here is null pointer. We pass that in, right? Think about it, right? We need to update the current test, right? So M_ current test. So here I think we have to update the M_ current test. So this would be test clear color test. We can set this to be test M_ current test is equal to test. Type name is not allowed. What if I set this to fucking auto, dude? I don't even know what this would be, but I probably should. Does that work? No. I guess we don't even need a type, right? Why would we need a type? We already have it, right? What is it called? Current test. M_ current test. Alright, M_ current test. What do I got? This needs to be a pointer though. Okay, so this creates a pointer. So let's get rid of all this garbage here. M_ current test. Create that pointer. Test clear color.cpp. On render. I guess we go back to application and instead of debug.render, current test. Test menu pointer. Test menu is equal to new test menu. Guess this would now be test menu. What the fuck, dude? Test pointer current test menu pointer test menu is equal to new test menu current test. Then we want to set the current test to be equal to test menu. Now where does this initialize window come in? Expression must have class type, but it has type test menu. So maybe since it's a pointer now, yeah, okay. So that should work there. Now when we come in here, instead of doing debug, so I guess here we would have to do test menu dot begin frame. But it could change. So the current test is always going to change. Maybe we can have like a test menu pointer. Like, this is going to get confusing here. I don't know what to name this variable. Dpointer. Dpointer. First, let's call it like OG window is equal to, set this pointer to be equal to test menu as well. Then we can call OG window dot have a class type. I'm confused here. Here we'd want to render debug.render. Someone's calling me. Okay, sorry. I don't know what my issue is here. feel like I'm overthinking it a little bit. So we have our current test to be null pointer. We switch it here to be equal to test menu. Right, whatever current test is test menu. I think we might have to refactor some of these classes. I don't really know, to be honest, but let's take a look. I'm trying to think here. Since our test menu now inherits, right? So inherits from test, we should probably implement those methods, right? Probably get rid of a lot of these methods. Has on update, on render, on GUI render. Maybe we can fix it that way so we're using the same sort of methods, right? Because we're inheriting from the same thing. That's what I'm kind of thinking here, but I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, fuck, I'm not sure, dude. Test.h. What are we looking at? We want test menu, right? Because we want to fix some of these methods here, right? We should be implementing these methods, right? So how do we implement it over here? If we did virtual on update on renderer on GUI. Not virtual because we aren't extending this class anymore. Okay, let's grab this code. We have the initialize method. We have the render method, really. Render is just on render, right? So this would just be on render now, I think. On render. But we take this code here. Heritage member is not allowed. I don't know what to do with this code here. Heritage member is not allowed, bro. What the fuck? Test clear color. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this here, bro. Because we have the begin and we have the end, right? And we have the button. We need it to be in between that, right? As we're rendering. Dude, I don't know. Test clear color.cpp on render. The I'm GUI renderer should hold the button rendering. I just don't know what the on renderer would hold. I just don't know. Begin frame, end frame. We don't really need this anymore. Okay, so that arrow went away for some reason, but okay. Whatever. That arrow went away. So we would need the void test menu on I'm GUI renderer. This here is where we would use this, I think. And we would put what I'm GUI end, I'm GUI begin. I think this is where I think we have to put this here, honestly. So I think really all we're doing here is just saying the window size, right? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that for now. To that. What are we missing here? We're missing the update method, right? Void test menu. I don't really know what this is for because Cherno didn't really float delta time, right? He didn't really have an implementation for this, so I don't really know what this is for necessarily. Yeah, on update here. So test menu that I don't know why it hates this, dude. Expression must have class type, but it has test menu. Is it because it's a pointer? Is that why? Okay, it's a pointer. Okay. End frame. We want to do... Oops, test menu. I'm going to get rid of this OG window for now. We then want to call current test, right? What is it? On render? On I'm GUI render. Some kind of test must be initialized. Bro, I'm initializing it, bro. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm so confused right now. Test menu references must be initialized. They are fucking initialized, aren't they? I don't know, dude. I'm kind of lost now. I think we're getting there, dude. I think we've just left so many fucking comments, dude, honestly. I don't know what I'm missing, bro, so I'm kind of fucking lost. So maybe we probably just want to get rid of this. I'm GUI here. And instead of doing the begin frame, we just call it here. I'm GUI begin menu. I'm GUI end. Right. I'm GUI begin. I'm GUI end. We initialize our current test. Let's get rid of all these comments. I think we're getting confused a lot by these comments, so let's remove some of them, clean it up a bit. On render, sets the window size. Current test dot on render. I'm GUI end. Get rid of this. Let's just delete that from here. Shit. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna have to take this code here. Maybe this could be a method in test. I don't know. Let's leave this out here for now to make it more simple. I think we call this first from memory, right? The new frame, then we begin, right? We call it the debug menu, right? And then we do... Dude, what is this Christmas music, bro? What the fuck? Current test, we end it. Then we render here. right? So let's kind of put this together so we can kind of split this out and we can see kind of what we're looking at, right? We can get rid of these functions now. Test menu.h. Let's get rid of that. I think we're overcomplicating it a bit too much, to be honest. But, okay, so now we have the same functionality as the other one now. On render here, what do we have in clearcolor.cpp on render? Let's just kind of see what happens when we run this. I don't think this is going to run. I think we're going to have a bunch of errors, but... Holy fuck. We didn't have any errors. What the fuck? Oh my god, it works. No fucking way, bro. Holy shit, dude, it works. Bro, it fucking works, dude. What the fuck? Holy shit. Bro, what? That's crazy, bro. First try, it fucking worked, bro? No way. Okay, so finally we can click this. And we can just move anywhere, right? Changes. Okay, so somehow that worked. I don't know how the fuck we got that to work, but it fucking works. So I'll fucking take it, but... Let's get rid of all these fucking comments, right? And kind of see kind of the final idea. Okay. So, that took a lot longer than what I fucking thought it would. But we create the current test, set it to null pointer. Then we create the test menu, right? Assign the new test menu object to the pointer. Set the current test to be equal to test menu, right? And then we initialize the window. Alright, come down here, set the new debug menu, we keep rendering, right? But as soon as we, in the test menu, as soon as we click on something, right, we set the current test to be the test clear color, right? And that test clear color holds a pointer here, right? And... test menu is a pointer to that instance of that class, right? So test menu can then render that. I still don't know if that... Yo, I'm back. Dude, Ethan, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Okay, so we got the test menu working. So now we need to add some sort of back menu, right? And to do that, we would need to add it in test clear color, right? So we would need to add some sort of like back button, right? So how would we do that? Let's see here. So where do we want to add this? So I guess like on the I'm GUI renderer too is where we'd probably want to add it, not a new function. I mean, we could do a new function, right? So I think what we could do is we have some if statement here. All right, we can copy the code from over here. Right, so we create a new button. Come over here. Oh, what the fuck did I just do? We create a new button. We do like back or something, right? And then, I guess what we want to do here is we want to... I guess, do we want to call the destructor here? I don't know. Is that... No. I don't think that's... I don't know, dude. Fuck. So we delete this. And then we need to set our Kind of a stupid question. Why are people learning OpenGL CUDA these days? Is it for AI machine learning stuff? Nah, bro. I just did it for fun. To be honest, there's no real reason. I just wanted to make a 3D game, bro. It's literally about it, dude. There's nothing else to it. Just wanted to make a 3D game. But it's most straightforward graphics API for beginners in GFX programming. There you go, bro. Yeah, I just you know, I was just like, you know, trying to fuck, dude. Sorry if you can hear that, but yeah, Chono had a series on it, and I was like, fuck it, you know, I read a little bit of OpenGL. I kind of like stuff more visual, so I went ahead and watched his video series. Plus, I watched his whole C++ series, so I kind of like the way that he taught, and so I thought it was a great start for me to get into graphics programming. It's the only reason. Why do I want to learn graphics programming? Just because I'm interested. I want to eventually build a 3D game and then maybe move to something else. I don't know, but just trying to get the foundations. I do not like this song either. What the fuck is this? Lol, okay. I've been seeing more people talk about it. Learning it on Twitter seemed like a new trend. Yeah, I have no idea, bro. Got no clue. Just fucking thought I'd try and build something with it. Vulkan DirectX Metal all require more boilerplate, and only Vulkan is cross-platform out of these while being the most verbose. Type shit, bro. Type shit. So we delete this instance, right? We need to somehow set the current pointer to be the thing here. So kind of what we're doing here. I just don't know how to do that, to be honest. Does that mean we have to hold a pointer here in clear color to somewhat, to like the base class or something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I feel like we're gonna have to have some sort of pointer in here, right? I just don't know how to really do this, to be honest. Fuck, dude. Because we're in this test clear color. Our pointer is in the test menu. I think we might have to do the same thing, right? I mean, that's the only way that I can kind of think about it working, right? Also, Max Push, I wouldn't use delete this ever. Why is that, bro? It's literally the first thing that came to my fucking mind. What's the best way to delete this? Like, if I want to delete an instance of this, do I just call the destructor, or like, I don't know, doesn't destructor automatically get called or whatever when the object ends or whatever? But I don't know. I have no idea. The ownership model is unclear. Okay. You want to use smart pointers, unique pointer slash pointer to manage the lifetime automatically. Interesting. I've been wanting to do 2D stuff with Pygame at some point after I hopefully get a job. Well, type shit, bro. Type shit. You can also manually release the pointers by resetting the smart pointer. Okay. You want to use smart pointers, unique pointer, smart pointer to manage the lifetime automatically. Okay. I haven't really used unique pointers or anything in this right now because I'm literally just following fucking Jono's video. But this is something he said to implement. Like, I'm not sure exactly what all you have set up here, but it would be clean to use events to detect when buttons are pressed and to handle the event outside the scope of this object. Okay. This is I'm literally just following Chono's series right now, and pretty much what he wanted to do is we were doing GUIs, right? And he created a test clear color GUI thing that like literally just lets you change the color in the background, and I'll fucking show you in a second, but just lets you change the color in the background. What I'm doing is I'm creating a GUI menu, and then there's buttons on that original GUI menu, so you can go to the coloring, right? You click coloring, it takes you to the coloring one, and you can color and shit. And then you can go back to the original menu, right? And then you can go to like, textures or something, and then you can, load in some texture or something. Like that's sort of the goal. I don't know if that applies to what you're talking about. I do agree that, yeah, I probably should be using smart pointers to be honest, but I just, I literally I've been literally sitting here for like an hour and a half trying to figure out how I can add this functionality. And, I figured out that, you have to, use a pointer here within this class, but this is something I've never done before, but, I'm trying to just figure it out. What is a test clear color object? It literally just sets the color of the background on render. So every time we call the rendering thing, it sets the color, right? So whatever color you click sets the background. And here's the color picker, right? And then I have the button here that I'm creating here that I can just show you, bro, honestly. I think this will run. Right, so I have a debug menu here. I have nothing on the screen. I got rid of all my shit that I was rendering. I'm creating a debug menu, right? This button takes you to the test clear color, right? So, you can change all the colors and shit. And then you go back here, right? It deletes this instance of this object and goes back to the original menu. But obviously this doesn't work yet. But, I hope you get like what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to do something super simple, but that's kind of the goal of this. And then I want to create another object that has like a renderer here and I can render some stuff on the screen, right? Is it a button? Yeah, does that make sense what I showed you? Sorry, I think it's a little bit, it's probably a little delayed. I'm just gonna throw this in the trash, bro. I'll be back in a second. Grab some water. Oh shit, dude. Okay, I'm back. Instead of deleting and allocating the objects each time, you could hide the elements instead. It would be more efficient. Okay. To be honest, I don't really know what you mean by hide the elements, but I'm just trying to get it to, honestly, I'm just trying to get it to work. That's currently the goal. So your UI element that contains the color picker, can you control the visibility? I mean, I don't know exactly know what you mean by that, but it, you know, changes color and shit. You know, it works, right? I'm just trying to implement the back button. Can you control the visibility? I'm not sure if you're talking about the color picker, you can get rid of this or whatever. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm sure I'd probably have to look it up, but I don't really know exactly if I can control this visibility, if that's what you're trying to say, to just try to get rid of it. I'm not really 100% sure, to be honest, but yeah. I think what I need here, though, is I need like a pointer here. Check Discord. Okay. Static bool show color picker false. If show color picker again color. Okay. So just using some sort of flag here to show it. Okay. Right, that is probably a better way to do it. Probably way easier than what I'm doing. I'm probably overthinking it like way too much. Oh, bro, dude. So I think I'm going to need some sort of pointer here, but I'm just not really fucking 100% sure. Because I need something that keeps the... Generally, you don't need to have lots of allocations, deallocations in a real-time app. Yeah, I understand that. I know this is like super fucking performance fucking shitty, you know? Or I'm creating all these pointers and, you know, assigning stuff on the heap and all that, but it's like... You know, I'm not really thinking about performance in this because it's just like really just a learning thing. I'm just kind of following, you know, Chono's video. You know, I'm just trying to get this to work, really. Let's see here. Test clear color, test menu. Maybe we keep 2 pointers, one to so when we instantiate this object, we can pass in the old pointer maybe. You know, so inside the constructor here, we can pass in the old pointer. Also, and using the flag method is simpler. Yeah, it for sure is simpler. I mean, what I'm doing is kind of ridiculous, but this is just the way I kind of thought about it. I don't know. I'm just gonna finish it the way that I'm doing it, and for sure I'm gonna keep in mind. Do you want to call and talk? Yeah, I'm about to end the stream soon. I'm just gonna quickly see if this works. If not, I'm probably gonna make some dinner. So I'll call you. I'll call you after I finish the stream. It should be here soon. I need to. Let me just figure this out. Hang on. Let's take this, right? Move this over here. We want to pass in our current pointer, or I guess we need to type here. Let's take this here. Let's do. I guess we can just call it current test. That's again. That should be fine, right? What is the syntax for this? Let's grab this. I'm missing the syntax here. Do I have the member? I'm gonna score current test. I'm gonna score current test is current test here. Yeah, my 2 cents to make this much easier in test menu. You have two member variables test clear and a bool show clear color. Have the buttons just swap the flags true and false, and when you're rendering, use on render and on. Okay. I appreciate all the help. I'm just gonna kind of finish it. I know there's definitely much better ways to do it. But I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna finish it here the way that, I was gonna do it in the beginning. I just don't know what the fuck. Test clear color. Expected a declaration. What am I missing here? Current test. Am I spelling it right? Yeah. Oh shit, I'm not passing it in here. Fuck. Okay. Let's move this here. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Alright. I guess we should probably call this old test so don't get confused. Old test. Alright, and what we can do here is when we instantiate this, we can pass in a test menu.cpp. We can pass in would it be this? Oh, what is it? This dot pointer? I don't know here. Would this be test menu? I don't really know, to be honest. Let's see. I don't know. Test menu is undefined. I have to import it. I just don't really know. How do I pass in? Would it be the point of this class? I don't know. Oh fuck. I don't know what I would put here. I think that's dereference, right? Yeah, dereferences the this pointer to return a reference to the current object. We are holding a pointer reference. Don't really know, dude. I don't know why this isn't working here. I thought this would pass a pointer, but... Test pointer, reference current test. Damn, bro. I think I'm gonna need to take a break, man. I'm not really fully sure. I've been doing this for a little while, so I think I should probably take a break. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna end it here. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully, I think I'm gonna finish this tonight. And then the goal is we'll probably jump into tomorrow. We'll jump into creating some more tests. So appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate all the help and everything. I obviously know I'm sure there's a much easier way to do this, but this is the way that came to my mind. So I guess it's the way I'm going to kind of finish it for now. But appreciate all the help, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a good night, bro. Thank you, bro. You too, dude. Type shit. Have a good night. You too, bro. K-Hearts. Type shit, bro.